Same thing that we're seeing from the internet as a group. I think we get back to 23, which are last year's highs. It's been consolidating very nicely, like some of the other indexes that we were talking about. I think Facebook could probably see $100.
That was J.C. Peretz earlier this year recommending Facebook and the social media ETF. Since then, they are both up more than 3% compared to the NASDAQ, which is flat in the same period. Well, now he's even more bullish. Why and what is he recommending? Let's bring him in. J.C. Peretz is here next to me. All right, so you're still saying social media stocks the way to go. You like them?
Yeah, I've liked them for a while, and now that we've seen the recent developments over the last couple of weeks, I actually like them even more.
So you're saying buy. Let's show that right now. This is the Global X Social Media Index ETF. SOCL is the ticker. You say that it's really important to look at the trend line. What do you see? What do I need to look at here?
Yeah, so, I was on with you guys last month with Liz and David, and we like the internet group as a whole. And then more recently, a couple of weeks ago, I said we're focusing more on the actual social media space. So these include companies like Facebook and LinkedIn and Tesson Holdings and things of that nature. We figured that a breakout was coming out. So the more times that a particular level is tested, the higher the likelihood that it's going to break. So sure enough, over the last few days.
But it's not back. It's not where it was August of 2014.
That's right. So you can draw a beautiful trend line. The more times we bump up against it, like I said, the higher the likelihood that it's going to break. Okay. You can make an argument this was now the 5th time, and sure enough, you see what's going on. Okay. Monster breakout.
All right, let's look at Tencent. Now, you like Tencent. Tencent is one of those names that most people don't know, but Chinese company. It's basically, it's a social media company, but it's based in China. It's got the same model as Facebook.
Yeah, sure, exactly. And it's not a household name, but it's actually one of the biggest companies in the world. In fact, it's the 5th largest internet company on earth. So it really is a monster. Again, the more times the level is tested, the higher the likelihood that it breaks. We keep bumping up against this overhead supply. Today, we actually got a breakaway gap higher. I think we see 20 and a quarter based on the measured move of the pattern over the past year. Okay. And I think we get there quickly based on today's activity.
Well, certainly there's a huge population that maybe if Facebook isn't tapping into that they can, but let's look at Facebook because this is the trend line for Facebook. This is 2 years, obviously. But what do I need to look at in here? I mean, you've put down the 9 points. We're looking at something very specific here.
Yep, it's actually the exact same thing. We have a nice consolidation. Obviously, Facebook has had a monster run into last year. Stocks can consolidate gains in one of two ways, either through a downside correction or sideways through time. In this case, we've seen a sideways correction. It's the more bullish way to digest gains. We're breaking out of that as we speak. I think we have 9 points, which takes us about a little bit above $90, but we all know the $100 roll. When stocks go to 90, in all likelihood they see 100, I think that's where we're going.
Let's talk really quick on Facebook. The stock is up 21% over the last year or so. I was looking at Tencent, and Tencent really just over the last 6 months at 15%. I mean, if you were to go, maybe it's not apples to oranges, but would you prefer a Tencent over a Facebook? A lot of people probably already own Facebook.
Yeah, I think they're two completely different animals. Today, Tencent was actually up 8%, went out at the highs. That's what we like to call a breakaway gap. I liked it even before that. Now I like it even more. We came into the day long. We actually added to the position today after it was already up 7%.
J.C. Peretz, great calls from you, and you're sticking with them, so we like that. Thanks, J.C. It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.